President Trump announcing a bold new vision for the U.S. Navy, unveiling plans for an entirely new fleet of battleships dubbed the Trump class. Military analysts say this would represent one of the largest expansions of the Navy in decades, potentially reshaping U.S. naval power in global strategy. Trump describing them as the fastest, the biggest, and by far 100 times more powerful than any battleship ever built. White House correspondent Mike Carter live now from West Palm Beach, Florida. The president, Mike, is in Mar-a-Lago this morning, but he is making headlines with this.
Yeah, he certainly is, Sean. Good morning and Merry Christmas, everyone out there. America's next warship, the USS Defiant, part of a new class of warships, the Trump class. And the Navy says, Sean, it will be the most destructive firepower, or have the most destructive firepower of any surface ship to ever sail. The USS Defiant, this is all going to be part of the new Trump fleet of American warships. The president says the first two will be underway soon, with 25 in total, soon to be built.
Honor to announce that I have approved a plan for the Navy to begin the construction of two brand new, very large, the largest we've ever built, battleships. You know, you used to build the Iowa, the Missouri, the Wisconsin, the Alabama, many others. We had big battleships. These are bigger, but they will have 100 times the, they'll be 100 times the force, the power. And there's never been anything like these ships.
Well, this fleet of the USS Defiance, these modern guided missile battleships, will displace around 35,000 tons of water, will feature hypersonic missiles, nuclear-capable cruise missiles, rail guns, and lasers, all aimed at revitalizing American shipbuilding, countering global rivals like China. To be built, according to Navy Secretary John Phelan, in American shipyards by American workers.
Building the president's Golden Fleet means jobs across the United States now. There'll be work for shipyards everywhere, from Philadelphia to San Diego, from Maine to Mississippi, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast.
Well, in a pre-dawn operation on Saturday, seen here, the U.S. Coast Guard seizing its second sanctioned oil tanker out of Venezuela. President Trump on Monday confirming that the U.S. Coast Guard now pursuing a third vessel in international waters near Venezuela as tensions there in the region escalate. And President Trump says the two ships already in the United States' possession, the tankers themselves and the oil on board will remain in U.S. possession. Both the oil may end up being used as part of the strategic reserve, or being sold. But President Trump says it's the United States' property now, Sean. NATO will hold a meeting this afternoon to discuss the United States' recent action off the coast of Venezuela. Sean?
All right, Mike Carter joining us live from West Palm Beach, Florida, with the latest there. Mike, thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.